Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us for this pop-up. So we're going to do a little pop-up session today, and I am hot in pursuit in this self-portrait series that I've been working on. And if you were with us last time, we did the second one out of this series. So I've been doing this series of self-portraits, and this is actually number 4. We're working on number 4 today. So yeah, I have this really cool idea here about, like, telling stories, these futuristic Jewish stories that borrow somewhat from the past, but then kind of use some of today to tell these new tales about the future. And it's really interesting. I mean, I've not really been like an author in the past, but I'm just using myself and creating these characters. It's just been really an interesting journey, and I have a lot of story ideas here, so I'm sticking with it. Okay, and this is number 4, and number 4 is kind of about like, I was trying to think, like, what would be this like desired object in the universe to my character, and this character here is me, and right now the best name I have for the character is the Wanderer, right? I thought, the Wanderer is kind of like this, almost Dr. Manhattan looking, always blue, but we have hair and eye color and stuff, at least. But kind of a space mystic, if you will. And a lot of his attire and things like that, like, are actually part of like his space suit and the way that he would travel through space and time. And yeah, a lot of this stuff comes from just looking at futuristic ideas and exploring what that looks like. So here, as we're getting ready, I'm just gonna pull open some Pretzel Radio here real fast, just because I need some tunes while we're working. And yeah, they've been doing some good stuff. I was really excited to come across Pretzel Radio, and we'll pump it out to the computer speakers. Dope. All right, so we want to just get into it here a little bit, and say what's up, y'all. If you're joining the stream, we got the chat active, so you can say hello. Just give us a shout of who you are, where you're coming from, all that goodness. But we're gonna. So I already started this drawing. Here, I'll show y'all the. Here we go. Yeah, this has been like many incarnations. So taking it back in time, this was actually another idea that I started working on, but it kind of fell off the rails a little bit, and I just continued on into a new drawing from this. All right, so I'm trying this way out, of trying to use the soft brush and things like that. It's difficult to contain. I like to really use masks and the selections to get things going. So this is just a first iteration drawing. This one, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, actually. I might just let it be here. But this was, okay, so here, this is something really important. I was thinking about, and I found this really interesting low poly sculpture of a pomegranate. I was like, oh. So I wanted to find like a wireframe version of that. And then here, this is the new version here. This is now the new drawing. So anyway, that last drawing took me to a place where originally I was sort of thinking about, like, how would I want to like interact with interfaces and things like holographic graphics and things that like are maps and navigation control systems, whatever. Anyway, so that got me here, and I started thinking, like, wow, like, why does the Wanderer wander, and where would he wander to, for what reason, and I started thinking about that, just because, like, I'm already doing the illustrations. I don't know, I haven't really thought of a story, nor is this supposed to become a story. I'm just kind of saying it's a story because it's ideas, like a series of ideas, right? All right, so long story short is, I thought there should be some object, like, if Thanos is trying to cross the galaxy to find Infinity Stones and like be a super villain, what would give him some power? What would the Wanderer wish to have? So I started thinking, like, what would be like a really kind of interesting, rare, sacred object? And then I thought, like, man, what if they're like, thinking about first fruits, right? And the idea, the symbolism of a fruit, and adding that to the whole scenario. So I have now this like low poly. I really like that language of low poly. It's really graphical. It's really good for go over the drawings that I'm doing. I like that, like my character is an illustrated, stylized rendition of a photograph self-portrait that I take and then becomes this kind of new thing. So, what I'm working on right now is the photograph's gone. I really go into the photograph for the lines and the composition, proportions, and then I take liberties as I do that initial sketch to the more finalized sketch, which is where this is at. I've already sort of taken some of those liberties. I don't have a jaw that looks like that, right? In real life, my jaw is actually kind of quite roundish, but I do have a little dip in the side here just because I got my jowls growing in. Those will be fully grown when I'm an old man. And I'm going to superhero myself while this is going on. So, yep, come on along for the ride. And obviously really playing with color, trying to bathe my characters in what would be really ambient neon light, and I want the neons and the glows and the sort of the wonderful lighting scenarios of outer space and time to really be the what illuminates this character. So that's what's going on with this, and I'm doing my color flats right now. You can see I've got my outline here, and then color flats are right there. So we turn off the thing. You can see we've got the drawing in the place, right? This is drawing 2. So my process is I'm working off of photographs. So I'll take pictures of myself, and then I'll go in and I'll start to use the Loomis method of drawing faces and just start to block stuff out and really just figure out what my proportions are. And then from that mapping drawing, I'll then go in and finish all the details, right? And add weight and accentuation on line and shading and graphic shading, all that stuff and everything. You know the deal. But then that helps me build out the flats. So right now I'm working on the flats for this bottom area, and let's make sure I got that color in there. And I'm using my everyday round brush because I want to have like just a solid 100% filled opaque pixel fill, right? Because then, let me make sure I'm in the right layer. Yep. That allows me to target where I can do selections and things, do shading and special effects, textures, right? Like I want to be able to isolate all those things, have control. So by making the fills and setting the local color, right? Local color is like the color of the object itself. And then there's refracted light, projected light, all that kind of stuff. Really cool, really cool. And when there's in the vacuum of space, when there isn't a lot of light around, it's like a really fantastic. It's like the best kind of special effect lighting I could want, because everything is like really defined and precise. I mean, it's like things, colors get really hot. I really like that. So, and right now, what I've been doing with the clothing being the technology and like the travel device, that's been interesting. I haven't really kind of thought, well, how does it work? I've just been doing it. It's like, that's what it would look like when it would power up and, get, well, all this is going to be blue. When it would power up and, start to do something and be active and have function. I imagine that it would probably really glow in a fantastic way. And then a friend was like, oh my God, you should build that. And I was like, dope, okay. That's a great idea. So I started thinking like, wow, I'd have to get something, because I'd want it to be, just the lines of the neon and the glow. So I'd have to get something, some kind of like, I don't know, maybe like do they make a fishnet like shawl? Is there a fishnet pashmina? I think it's just called the fishnet. Yeah. So I think I need one of those. And then, I could sew in and get some like electroluminescence wire and a little battery pack and make that happen. That would be a really fun fashion thing to do, for like a fashion show. It would be really cool. But man, for me, it's like, this is a powerful item. This is like a thing that like makes my character travel through space and time. And yeah, I love this portion of the project, like where I work in these flats, you know, because it's like, you know that the world you're about to create is going to get a whole bunch more dynamic. Oh, I guess I don't know why that's there. Okay, I guess this would make sense. I just generally like to not have colors jut up against each other. Like two color fields. You know, I don't want this blue to touch that blue so much. Right, I'm talking about right here. Right there. We're going to put the color of the shirt. So, you know, in the future, we're still wearing hoodies and tees. So, you know, you got to be comfy even in space. Okay. All right, let's try this. We're going to use this like bone white. And then, you know, we're going to make sure we're just flatting right now. So color flatting is color it in. Yes. So I'm getting a little juice on that pretzel radio. It sounds good today. Some nice chilled out beats, some trip hop, as we used to call it. So my space dude wears, you know, he's got like the undershirt. So just as I've been doing this, you know, it's been really fun to think about how this dialogues really well with so many things. Like, you know, this is not new by any means what I'm doing. I'm just I'm telling my story in this way, and you know, I really think about just the kind of more inspirations that are becoming more and more like it's occurring to me, and I'm becoming more cognizant of it. You know, like a friend of mine pointed out, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Oh my word, yeah, totally. Right, that like, you know, Douglas Adams used like absurd things as really high-tech items, you know, because we don't ever know in the future, right? We never would have thought that like 10 things that we owned as separate machines could fit onto just this one device, right? GPS, a watch, a telephone, a calculator, a camera, a video recorder, an audio recorder. It's like endless, you know what I mean? Like what this stuff can do. And we never thought ever that like that would be the form of it. Well, maybe we did, like the, you know, in Star Trek, they had the tricorder, which is like the handheld supercomputer. I mean, come on, right? We saw that coming. By the way, this is a live lunch, so we're gonna have a quick little bite. Chicken and broccoli. Brown rice. Okay, cool. So we're starting to get the goodness in here. I've also learned too that, like, you know, it's hard to get what you want, like with the camera. I mean, hats off to the photographers. It's hard, you know, to get it to really, especially even if you're your own model. You want to like tell yourself, like, stop fidgeting. Why do you make that face? So I Austin Powers myself into, you know, a somewhat successful. Right, there's my wanderer in awe. Right. Oh my God. He'll have found. You know what I'm going to do in a bit is I'm going to bring in that pomegranate wireframe that I drew out earlier, and he'll be like, oh, behold. I'll make it float and really be glowy and fun and have lots of little data things coming off of it and everything. I think that'll be That'll be cool. Okay, so I think I need to get some tonality into this drawing. So because now everything, you know, and here's the deal, right? I am not working in a low-res document. I'm in a very high-res document. So here, check this out. This is going to be 18 by 24, 300 DPI, right? So that's print resolution. That's high quality. So in Procreate and, you know, on a device like the iPad, what happens is, you know, as you want more quality and higher resolution, all of a sudden now, like, it needs to borrow memory and the ability to give you that from other things. So the amount of layers that you can stack on top of, you know, the art, that's where it takes it from. So it starts to reduce that all the way down. And yeah, then that's it. So I get maximum layers 2. I get maximum on this, right? If you want that ultimate high res. And folks, the quality is stunning. When I get my canvases back and stuff like that, they look so good. I mean, it's just, you know, I upload like a 25 megabyte file out of Procreate right up to my web store, and then, you know, I ran a series of prints, and I was just really nice. Every brush looks like crisp, so I can't say more about that. It's really, really, really nice. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna shade this thing up. And what I can do now is, since I laid all the flats together, I can do 2 things, right? I can use the automatic, and you see I can grab areas specifically and paint those, rad, which I'm gonna. But what I can also do, and I'm gonna do first, is I can do an overall selection. So you go to the layers palette, and you see my layer 2 is my flats. And if I tap on that, you'll see you get the sub options. And I wanna go to where it says select. And then that's gonna say, you wanna select everything that's here? It's gonna select everything that's a positive pixel. Right? It's a color. Anything I touched. Anything that's not been touched is a negative pixel. It's 0, right? Or it's transparent. So what we're going to do here is then tap over, and then yes, you can see everything now, except for me, the form is now stenciled, right? Is masked out. So that's amazing. Why is this amazing? Because now we can come in and we can use my Melaleuca texture brush. And we can come in and then use, let's find like a nice dark color. There we go. Good, good, good. Let's go a little darker than that. There we go. Oop, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, cool. Not pure black, but close. And let's see where Melaleuca is. It's low. All right, it's pretty big. All right, cool. So what we can do now is we can do like an overall kind of thing. So we have to think about this for a second. We want the object that is like in the space here we go, right, to be illuminating where the light's coming from. So if we're holding it like this, and it's like, yeah, all the light's going to come from it in every direction, but this is going to be the hottest spot in the image, right? So what we want to think about then is the overall shadow is going to be that shadow is creeping from the edges and slowly dissipates as it gets towards the hottest point. So, right, thinking about, yeah, let's make this bigger. Ooh, it's a little heavy too. I'm going to lower it. Yeah, you want to just kind of do some initial passes that like help us kind of see. Yep, definitely, right? The back of the hand most definitely will be a dark place. A place of darkness. There we go. Okay, actually, I want to try that one more time because it seems like the middle of the face is going to be where the brightest highlight is. There we are. All right, and you can see like as I start to lay in color, it'll now start to overlap itself and then turn 10% into 20% as it overlaps, right? It's like kind of the, you know, the transparency glazing method. So I can still keep it overall, right? And do like another layer, bring in that 20% now, but not totally encroach on all the 10% area. Leave some 10%. All right. Yeah. So you see we've put now like two overall grays of shade, and we'll extend that so that way other parts can start to get some shading going too. Here, we'll go for a third. Go. And that will come in on other parts as well. Okay. Yeah, make sure that has some. Cool. Yep. Well, I'm already painting on top of the fill layer. I mean, it's all going to sandwich together eventually, but yeah, as of now, it's doing this. Okay, so now what I can do is I can start to get in and do some tighter shading and shadow. So go back to the brush. We'll just shrink this down, and I'll even lower it somewhat so I can do more precise work and not overwork it. So I start thinking about, like, you know, areas like right here. Let's get smaller here. I may even want to, yeah, I'll do the edges first here. I have the selection on, so as I start to do more precise things, I'm going to want to start to control edges. There we go. Right, this wrist part would certainly be dark. Just a little bit. Just helps define the fingers. I'm going to also come in and do like one more pass of the outline. So, you know, I have full faith in myself here. We're going to make that look great. But right now we're just getting that sort of initial shadow in there, right? We got to think about how like that stuff will creep. Let's come back here a little bit. Creep from, you know, behind fingers. Right. Get this going here. Right, start to, yeah, think a little more boldly with shadow points. Because it's here now, you can start to like carve out some of the areas of the thumb, right, that are interesting. Can even do like the finger lines, you know, which are, if you draw them, you make people's hands look old. But if you just, if you can kind of shade them, that's a really good route, you know, that's going to like really keep you in charge here of like the shadow and the shading. So, all right, we just got to bear in mind that we're going to have the palm floating in the hand there. Okay, so we can start to focus on the face now. Let's get some of the darker areas that we know we want to target. I like to just go for the areas I know already have shadow. Right, that are already going to have that darker tone, right? Ears are space. Ears are complicated. They're little caves of wonder. Nostril. Right, the under part of the nostril here. The lip. Even here, right? The local color of teeth are white, and then you know what gets reflected on them is go right. Glasses around the nose. those eyes. Those eyes, work them out. There we go. Just putting in those layers, the fade layers. So, I'm building this back from, we're going to have bright light on the face from the, I'll make those cheeks brighter. But they're coming. Okay, let's get this up here. Go. Okay, so doing more overall stuff. I went in there and I did some tight things, and I love this roughed up look that this does. In fact, I'll show you when we do the highlights the cut back on it's really fun. All right, here let's we want to. Hey. I'm saying I love this jam, this kind of Dharma lounge style. Ooh. Okay, I just want to make sure that the facial hair is a good contrast on that. Heck yeah, dude. Just reinforcing, darkening the things I've kind of darkened in already, right? So I got that bugged out look, like what did I just witness? So that's what I want. That's the intensity, right? Gotta feel the intensity. That's what I'm hoping for. So this is a live lunch. Brown rice, chicken, broccoli, chopping broccoli. Rice is so good. Really good. So what's up? This is a live lunch. Mike Worth in the house. We got Pretzel Rocks Radio on the thing. The tracks are coming in, and Nightbot, the wonderful robot that moderates the chat room, is keeping it cool, keeping the links on a minimum. But those are all the links to the tracks. So if you're wondering, Mike, what's that song? Okay, you don't have to Shazam it. You can go and absolutely just make that setup for yourself, and it will do the do. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's make that. Let's see here. Okay, just fixing the chat box there, just so it doesn't kind of column up the way it was. Sorry, it's the graphic designer in me, wanting that to be good. So, okay. So we got some basic stuff going on in here, which is lots of fun. Okay. So I think it's probably, I mean, I don't like to go crazy with shading, you know, because it's like there's going to be so much more happening in the piece than that. So like I'm good. But what I do want to do here, check it, is go back to the base color, right, or as close as possible. And actually, we're going to go to Melaleuca brush, and we'll cut back somewhat, right? So like if I cut into this, I can create kind of more of a roundish, you know, highlight area right there that looks native. Here, wait, let me make sure I get this color. Okay, bet. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. So that allows me to kind of cut back into this stuff. So in case I like maybe overstepped, you know, this is a little harsh, so I could tone that back some. It just lets you kind of cut back onto the areas if you're unhappy with the way you laid stuff down, right? So we'll come in here, get this going, right? Just, it picks up that edge now. And then let's get this real small here. And let's just reinforce in here the, go up a little bit on that. And just, we want to have the, we just want that to be a little bit brighter. There's just sometimes like some areas on the skin, you know, that like pick up the light real nice. So we want to just reinforce that. So right under the eyes, they do get like a highlight. And all I'm doing is I'm cutting back into like what I already did. All right, but then, hang on. I still want to I got to do the other cheek. Let's see. Okay. Yep, just balance that on this side a little bit some. Okay, cool. It's expressive, you know, that's what I'm going for. Oh, and then we're going to go up the scale here now. And same with the Melaleuca, just real light here. I just pick up some highlight. I can do it here on the forehead. Just a couple taps and you can go down in size. And it just starts to slowly build up. And we're going to add shines and stuff like that to that as well. You can even, oh, no, it's too bright. Or wait, let's go white. There we go. You can introduce some more of that white kind of back into the eyeball. It's just fun to get specific with like the way that works. It's just fun. So anyway, we're not ready for that. We need to wait. Where's the dark? Usually I'd use the where is it? There we go. Brown brush. Just get that in there. I need that really dark. It's not making it very dark. It's making it somewhat dark. We want it to be really, really dark. That's the thing we want to do. All right, and we want to do this before we add highlights and stuff like that. You know, we're not really, really ready for that yet, but I'm getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, not quite. I don't want to do it with that brush. Okay. So far so good. Okay, we want to now go to Victor, and we'll go back to the dark, okay? And this is where we're going to like reinforce some lines, support some other lines. All right, so we can turn off the outline now. Oh, I didn't fill some of those areas in, so I'll have to just reinforce it with some better line work. Wait a minute. Okay, gotta go up on the top layer. Yep, just gonna double those up. Okay, and then, you know, with line stuff, the name of the game is to like weight things, is to give bottoms of things weight, and outline stuff like that too. So there's just some areas that we might want to, and also like, you know, some detail we might want to get in here and make sure people know that this is a beard and I didn't burn my skin. I love how like all the hairs, like, you know, really start to help show the contour. Hey, it's cool. I'm getting a little too into it. Okay, it's really like the hand, since the hand now is like really this close-up item, I need to think about it more as like it's really having that weight. There we go. Yeah. Pretzel Radio. Coming on with them tunes. One of the coolest things, I still think that like, it's so like trivial, but there's this 50 Cent record from way back. I guess is it Get Rich or Die Trying? I'm not sure, but might be the Breakout. But he's got like, they took like a picture of him and they put like really expressive comic book outlines around him, and like it's just such an interesting look. I just was like, I mean, he looks strong already, and then he looks stronger with the outline. I mean, it's just, I don't know, something like that. That's always made me go, whoa. Just getting in here and cleaning up. You know, this is like, it's an awkward angle of the hand. So like the way that the creases and the thumb and stuff show up, it's really different than if we were just drawing it. See how it's like you're kind of seeing partial thumb and then that loop-de-loop. I like that move of like, you know, this move of like the loop-de-loop, the hook, as a way to show like a form. Sometimes when you can't do like the explicit outlines, like, or at least in your mind, I'm always like, oh, I want to do them this way, but I'm like, wait a minute, I'm drawing it from an awkward angle. I can't right now. So chill, Mike, chill. So I just have to go in and do the thing I need to do. Cool. I'm going to make this thumb like particularly thick. Yep. Yeah. There we go. It's bent in a funky way, and we'll just fill in this thing. You know, this would be like what the inking would be like. And it just really exaggerates the thumb. So it's like really in front. I mean, you know, we did some foreshortening here, so the thumb should be, that's really thick. All right, I'm just gonna have to be consistent. I mean, that's it. I don't think it's too thick. I think it's thick, but not too thick. I just need to get everything else like up to snuff, you know, up to fighting weight. Okay. Gosh, this was fun to do. Like to bend my hand, and you know, working with the camera has been really helpful. You know, I was always told in school, like, don't work off of photographs, and you know, do observation. And it's like, yeah, I know, but the moment I entered the illustration world, everybody was like, what are you doing? Use photograph. Oh, okay. You know, there's resources and reference, and you learn how to use reference for your advantage to get ideas, you know, not to just like copy a verbatim, but to, you know, see what are artists saying that is dynamic, you know, like what visual solutions spell out that character trait. And if that's what you want in your art and in your illustration stuff or your design work, well then, you know, mimic what you're seeing. They don't own the technique. Technique can't be owned in art. It's, you know, some artists are known for certain techniques, but folks change. So do techniques. What you can own is instances of, you know, that version of that. But anyway, I digress. So just being consistent is very, very important. I'm really working in a... Yeah, cool. Nice. Yeah, all right, good, good, good. I like this hand. It's starting to come together. Okay. This is chill. I love this beat. Whatever this progression. Sky Tiger by Marcus D. I'm with it. Super chill. Okay, so here, right, same thing. We need like a little loop that like something's bent. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right, so that's really helping out now. Build this foreshortening, bro. Whole scenario here. I've got a couple of rando marks in there. I gotta just clean up, but you know, it's all right. Okay. Okay. Whew. Let's get these last lines in here. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't see the fingernail from that side, so I don't think I'll add it. I think we'll keep it to where it's not like that. Yes. Okay. Oh, rogue mark. Okay, so I want to get some of that cool hair shading in there. All right, again, I don't need to go so crazy because I'm going to have what's called in there. I'm going to put the glowing talus on top of the character, the Wanderer. All right, we're starting to come with it. All right, so this is me. I can't really do that with my teeth. Yeah, it's just not something I can do. But I always like that look of the person who's like, oh, right, when they're genuinely like, whoa, with something. So I am genuinely whoa with something in this pic. So I wanted it to be as true to life as possible. Okay, just putting some loopies in there. Good thing I learned in a fashion class is like show fabric. You always loop it. Okay, we got, oh, wait a minute. Is that in this layer? Guess it is. Fill in some of that. I got some more cleaning to do there, it looks like. Okay, I did turn off the background so we can bring that back in. You can see, right, it's pretty dark in there. So what we'll want to do, I think we can now. I think we can. All right, we're going to merge down now, bam, that into one layer. Okay, so here, let me show you like what I'm thinking of here. So here's the pomegranate. So we'll do copy layer. And because we're only working in 2 layers, we have to have, I had to merge those 2 down to make sure that they worked. Okay, and then we'll go to the wrench and to add, and we'll say paste. Okay, all right, so this is the goal, right? This is the thing that I constructed earlier, right? Is the pomegranate here. So it is maybe we should spin that way, maybe that way. But this is the thing now that like I want to do. This is where I want to take it, is then that this palm will be in my palm and will float and do all the good stuff and everything. So, you know, really excited about that. So that's where this is headed. I have some background work to do first, but I thought I'd bring this in now just for like some position, just to see like where it could sit really. Like it shouldn't be in the palm. I think it should be above, right? Like this. I think it'll sit nicely here. Rotate it somewhat that way. Yep. Add some bloom to the whole mix, that kind of thing, and yeah, keep it going. All right. I got glasses to work on, lighting effects and things to add. So we're not going to get all the way to the end, but we're going to get a significant portion of this really done, right? It's yeah, it's kind of an ongoing thing, but I think it'll be a lot of fun, you know, once it's really done. So that's where we're going with this. I think eventually I'm going to come in and add like some bloom. All right, you can see it'll start to take on some really great glowing qualities. All right, we can add to that burn right there, so it'll really be like, oh. I think too, what we'll do is get the big soft brush, get the pink, you know, reddish color, that kind of thing. I think make this massive, right? Like just, oh yeah, awesome. Lower that, make it real big. Yes. Woo! You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Yeah, that's super cool. I'm mega excited about where that's going. And then, you know, we'll keep punching up the stuff. We'll get the shines on there and everything. Yeah, this thing will start to look really fresh. Whoa, yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's cool. I'm really going to be excited about this. And then, you know, on the glasses and stuff, we'll get, you know, some of the face elements and stuff like that and everything, like the glowing red and whatnot. So, yeah, y'all. All right, we've been at this for about an hour, and yeah, appreciate you guys. This is a little pop-up lunch stream. Brought to you by a good idea, which was seeing this through. So thank you guys for joining me and exploring all of this, right? This has been pretty wild to get these self-portrait things going. We got one more in the mix right now. Whoa, it's a pomegranate from space. So we'll see what the palm does, you know, like maybe it's really sought after. I wonder if it's like a tesseract type of thing, or, you know, a key to the universe type of thing. So we'll see how that evolves in the story. But yeah, y'all, thank you guys for hanging with me. Have a happy Friday. Shabbat Shalom. And yeah, here's to thinking about the future. All right, friends, y'all be good. Y'all take care. Thank you.